There we go.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast. I'm Jeff. I'm tired. I've been getting up at 6 a.m. and Alan's going to say, wow, what a baby.
Sucks to be you. Then again, I've had 2 days off this week and might have a third tomorrow.
I mean, I that wasn't what I expected, Alan, but thank you. Also joining us this week is Josh.
And I've been working out in the same weather, and I've been contemplating life over and over again. And I'm just going like...
You're not thinking about suicidal thoughts, are you?
No, I'm just thinking of like, man, I just hope society gets better.
It won't.
I really hope it gets better.
It won't. It never will.
I just want Star Trek Future. That's all I want.
No, you don't.
I kind of want one.
Star Trek Future is
actually,
awesome.
well, no, yeah, you do want the Star Trek Future because it's actually a fucking meritocratic society. Not what we have now.
Like fucking, like at least in the Star Trek Future, you're completely covered. You don't worry about anything, and you're bored, so you go to space. What?
No.
Why the fuck not?
I mean, if you go to space, I mean, you would need Titans in order to go to space, or Gundams. In which case,
no,
yes,
I wouldn't go with Gundams.
I mean,
Gundams are a bad idea, and you know it.
I mean, Titans are best Titans.
Until they're like Titans with dolls, so you're not controlled with the...
Hold up. Okay, actually, Jeff, which Titans are we talking about? Are we talking 40K Titans, or are we talking Titanfall Titans?
Look, we're talking about the best Titans from Titanfall.
So Titans from 40K, good.
No. No. No.
Yes.
Those things are massive war machines of death and destruction. They shouldn't even be called Titans. Well,
why not?
They should be called
That's
void
exactly
eaters.
what a Titan is. A Titan has the ability to destroy a civilization. That aptly describes the Warhammer 40K Titans.
Okay, well, I'm talking about Titanfalls. Titans.
Okay, then I'll go with the 40K equivalent, Imperial Knights.
Okay. But yeah, they have Titanfall Titans now, and I'm happy, and I want it in my body, and...
Titanfall Titans. Do you want to link it in chat? So
yeah, I'll link it to chat. So basically, like, it looks cool. I want it because Titanfall's cool. Now they just need to make it. So basically, what they are is they're basically designs and stuff like that. So robotic designs work for Hancock Merit Technology, Method 1 and Method 2. And basically what they are is they're basically like... Oh, wait, no. Are these actual... Oh.
These are actual exosuits.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
How do you know?
Because at the very bottom pictures, it's some photos that were shown in the current work in progress prototype, as well as the Odo prototype. More photos coming later, 2017.
Oh God.
Oh, look at that. This isn't Titanfall Titans. This is a fucking Dreadnought or a Sentinel from 40K. This isn't anything special.
I want it in my life and Titanfall, and it's the first step towards Titanfall, and then all we need is the 3 protocols of Protocol 1, link to pilot, Protocol 2, uphold the mission, Protocol 3, protect the pilot. I cry every time.
Protocol 3, protect the pilot.
You know, I really wanted to interject
Sounds
with
like a-
some other Titan reference from media, but I can't think of any.
I mean, you could have just sat
Class
there
of
and
Titan. You could have been like, is there going to be a class of Titans?
That too,
You
or
fucking-
I was thinking Shadow of Colossus, but they're called Colossi. I was like, but they're not Titans. I mean, they technically are.
they're Titan. They don't
No.
Titan-esque. I mean, they're big, and that's what Titans are. They're big.
No,
Oh.
Titans are very specific things in mythology and stuff like that.
I just
Eh.
realized another thing this week that Alan will get going on. So I'm just going to put it under his topic list because fuck.
I'm not even looking at the topic list right now. Like,
I'm
I
just
don't
going
really
to put
care.
16 down and then not talk.
Oh no! I didn't watch that whole thing. I kind of fucking turned it off about halfway through. I'm like, I liked that show as a kid. That show is actually really good.
I mean, Amber on the
I hated the fucking reunion, and it was fucking dumb.
Which show?
16.
16.
You know,
Literally
Oh.
16.
you know the show that was good for like
Yeah.
2 seasons, and then it got like ran its course, and then they ran it into the ground, and then
You
Well,
mean it? Actually,
like,
it was still even. It was still good, even when they ran it into the ground. Actually,
it was still running it
remember-
into. I thought they were never going to cancel that show.
no,
Yeah, me too. I thought it would just be forever.
Yeah, I guess
It's
miracles
like it's
do happen.
one of those.
You know
It's one of those
what's-
shows.
You know what's really funny about the fucking 16 reunion video thing is I started watching and I saw the pussy hat and I was like, oh no. Oh, they're doing the thing, aren't they? And yeah, they just went down that entire line and I'm like, thank you for totally misrepresenting Trump. Thank you.
Yeah, well, freaking, I watched a little bit of a clip on Twitter at work, and I was like, the flying fuck? Why are they trying to shove messages in a show that's so safe that freaking, like any soccer mom will go, oh yeah, that's totally fine for like whatever kid you could shove it in front of his
any
face and you don't have
kid
to pay
worth their
attention to him.
salt is not fucking watching 16. I'm just going
I
to say
mean,
that
like-
here. I'm just going to say that here and put this out. Any kid worth their fucking salt is not going to watch an episode of 16. They're going to
Oh, I
watch
know,
something
unless they're
far
bored
more
as shit.
intelligent, like overclocking buttons on GPUs. They're going to watch something far more interesting, like GPU
videos.
unboxings, which recently happened today. So, like, I'm sorry, I'm going to state my opinion, but if you're watching the 16 reunion and expecting something of substance, I'm sorry, you went to the wrong place. You should probably go to some place like Linus Tech Tips.
You should go to PewDiePie. I heard he's doing some cool shit over there.
It's funny.
It's actually pretty funny because PewDiePie's actually got some political commentary on his site on his page now, and like, oh my god! So a few weeks back at like the start of June, so this is a bit of a tangent, but related to PewDiePie and his political content. Sargon of Akkad was making a comment like, "Yeah, no, I'm doing a video on Starship Troopers," and I'm like, "Okay, I actually want to see what you want to say about it. I actually want to kind of like see what you like, if you disagree with some of the stuff, if you disagree with this, if you agree with that." That was my process. It hasn't come out yet. This has now been like 4 months since he said this. About a month ago, on a live stream, like, all of Sargon's friends were like, yeah, so PewDiePie released a Starship Trooper video. He's like, fuck, really? Damn it. Now I gotta go down to Breitbart and beat him up. And they're all laughing. And I'm like, okay, I actually want to go see what this PewDiePie fucking video is about. And I'm like watching it. I'm like, wow, this is actually a really fucking good video.
Because it's funny because PewDiePie's actually like has semi-talent. So like you could watch
He's got
PewDiePie.
talent.
Well, PewDiePie's semi-talent. I mean, he did get Fortnite to make it so that you could thank the bus driver.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he the main driving force for that? I thought it was just the community.
I think it was the community at large, but I think he was the one that like kind of pushed it. Also, like, let's be honest here, getting back to the original topic here, is like you could watch, like, instead of watching the 16 reunion, you could watch a bunch of unboxings of Titans. Right? Eh?
Uh-huh.
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 Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Especially you could have it with PewDiePie by doing the unboxing. Man, that would be some sick unboxing.
if you give him some money and tell him to freaking open on his show, fucking whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
There we go. Personally, right now, with I love PewDiePie for like what he does, but at the same time, I can't watch him all that often. I have to take him in bursts, like legit. Like I can do him for like an hour a day, at most, and that's if I'm in the mood for it. And it's that mood does not come very often, so it's kind of like burst. Oh nope, I'm done. I gotta stop for the day. And man, oh.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, with the fucking 16 bullshit, fuck, that's so dumb.
I mean,
He solved fucking Korea. I'm like, there's Jonesy, and the moment Jonesy put on the fucking MAGA hat, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy this at all. And then I didn't.
you know what? Like, if it was somebody wearing the MAGA hat and it said MQGA, I would actually probably have found it funny because you could have made a subtle joke about it. But like, if he's just wearing
MQGA.
Yeah, make Quake great again.
Oh yeah, no, I would have agreed with that one. That would have been funny.
Let's be honest, Quake Champions
or CDGM.
CDGM.
Keep Doom great.
Keep Doom great.
Yes. Oh, I can wear that hat.
I mean, everyone can.
What is the A? No, but that's the thing. Like, the little clip I watched is people were like, "Yeah, you should vote," and I'm just like, it hurts me deeply on the inside because I liked that show, even when I got a little bit dumb. I still liked it.
I would have loved that show more if like, by the time I was done watching it, they had transitioned into, like, if they had gone, like, fucking insane. Like, I'm talking, like, going off the rails and killing major characters, man. Like, that's what I would have loved to see and stuff like that. Because, like, that would have made me, like, fucking go, like, holy shit, I have to watch this show. Like Destiny Forsaken. Nobody?
Not really.
Alan, do you agree with my stupid rant?
Yeah, I do.
If they made that show, they'd gone off the rails, killed a major character. They tried to do that with one of them. They tried to make it where, like, there was the wedding between the guy and the girl, mom and dad. And then there was also the episode where he walks in on the bathroom and she's naked. He can't.
Man, they actually got fucking risque with that show. Actually,
that show was fucking insane. Sometimes
it was great though.
There were some great episodes in it. There's an episode where basically one of the characters basically shoplifts the entire episode, and then there's an episode where, the guy goes and shaves all of his hair. Yeah, that show went crazy, but it needed to get crazier, like Doom.
I don't know if you could get crazier like Doom.
You could have had it where all of a sudden a Hell Rift opened, and then it cuts like a year later, and you have like all of the characters are basically like this is war and stuff like that. That would have been great. There was an episode where basically all of the characters became zombies.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, there were a bunch of really cool episodes in the show.
What was the... I can't... Man, like, I'm trying to remember any specific episode of the show other than you, like, mentioning off a few of them, and I'm like...
I remember the first episodes, like, the most favorite episode I had is the moment Jude said the line, I don't speak angel. And I'm like, damn, that's smooth.
That's a smooth pickup line, bro.
Yeah. Because he's talking to a French girl, and she's fucking drop dead gorgeous. She approaches him, speaks in French, and that's his response. And I'm like, fucking on point. Too bad she doesn't understand you, bro.
Judgment.
And like the other thing is like when Jonesy and Nikki start dating, when it turns out that Jonesy and fucking Jen are gonna be fucking half sister and half step brother and sister and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, it really is a good show. It's a fantastic show.
It's
My problem with what just kind of happened with as like
time just moved on.
yeah.
It was a product of its time, and like,
Well, even so, it's like you can still go back to it and watch it, and still like this is a good. This show had lessons in it that like I don't think anybody actually expect to get out of it.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Man, I cannot think of a single. I can't think of a single episode from that show. For weird, it just fell out of my head.
yeah.
Actually, what makes it even funnier is the fact that they had 2 spin-off series related to that show, being
Really?
Total Drama Island.
Oh yeah. Never
which
liked
was,
that show.
Which actually I enjoyed it. It was fucking just wacky, way over the top. That was what fucking 16 had when it was like, no, you don't have to follow the rules, just go fucking crazy. And they made fucking just nonstop innuendos after a point in fucking 16. And then there was the beach show. 16.
Total Drama Island.
No, there's another show that came out of it by I gotta find the studio that made it. There are 4 seasons, by the way, and there's 95 half hours, so there's 2 full 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh.
The only other show I can think of in my head right now
Total Drama Island. Fuck. What else is there? Stoked. That was the other series, and that was like a beach. Like they work at a beach station, and they're like, wow. And they're like surfers and stuff like that. So they're just trying to like make their summer last as long as possible, basically, before like technically fucking surf season ends. And by the way, its original release date was from June 25th, 2009. By the way, this only has 2 seasons to it, just so you know. 2 seasons. From June 25th, 2009 to January 26th, 2013. How did 2 seasons take 4 years to fucking get out?
No.
That's amazing. They did last that show for 2 whole summers. That's amazing.
And then 16 has 4 seasons, and then actually this is a bit more of an acceptable cause because like the first season came out, then the second season came out, and then there's a big gap between first and third and second, and then third came out, and then fourth came out right hammered fast out after that. I think. And 16 came out initially. Actually, Jeff, when do you first remember seeing 16?
Like when I was when I was wee young lad with faith in my eyes, and
what year? Give me a year.
Like 2006, I would assume.
Okay, Josh, do you want to take a guess of the date?
Man, this is hard to say. It's gotta have to be high school because that's the only time I remember seeing it. 2005 or something.
Okay, November 7th, 2004 was the initial launch, and the final day was ever like the final day of before it went just into reruns and stuff like that. Was February 11th, 2010.
It lasted that for quite a while.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
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 Wow. Wow. Guys, Destiny Forsaken's really good.
Holy shit! They have so many DVD releases.
I like how you guys are just not listening to me. They're just like Destiny. It's my snap time, I guess. Dude.
I've heard people say a lot of good fucking things.
Okay, so like these are my initial impressions and stuff like that. It feels like basically what Bungie sat there and said was, we just want to make a good expansion, and then they made a good expansion, and like Destiny 2 was always a really good game, he says in quotation marks. It was a lot better
massive quotation marks.
Okay, so like when it initially launched, it was a really good game.
Yes.
It was like
I'm not gonna make it a comment.
It was a 4 out of 5.
Let's say 3.5 out of 5.
I would say 3.9. And
I'm
then
gonna
if
go
we're
that
rounding, it's 4, so it's a 4 out of 5.
No.
Look, it's better than whatever EA cooks up this year, so whatever.
Well, when is EA ever actually good?
They've been good up until they start being a horrible monster. So that was what, 2006?
I would say right around 20.
Gosh, just 2009, I think.
No, because 2009 was when they still had the original C. Actually, it was right around the time that they started dropping the ball. Was around.
Well, after Mass Effect 3. So what was that?
No, it was around. It was around Dragon Age 2.
Yeah, after Mass Effect 3. So that's
No,
what the
'cause it
hell
was-
time frame's that?
Dragon Age 2 came out before Mass Effect 3.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
I guess my barometer is a little weird.
It was, I think, 2010, 2011, and they started dropping the ball. But yeah, Destiny Forsaken. It's more Destiny. They give you a new area. It's a full area this time, so it feels really good. That first mission, man. That first mission is fucking awesome. Oh.
So,
Yeah. Basically, Cade's dead.
yeah, I heard. I saw the trailer for that. I was like, really? They're doing this plot line. And I'm not even mad about it because, like, apparently, like, the plot line is just fantastic.
Mm-hmm. It's really fun. And super good about that stuff. So, like,
That's good.
yeah. The one thing I wish it did more of was I wish it had more little things. Like, I wish it, before they had a system where basically in order to amp things up, you would basically do, you would give the royal shards and then you would play some glamour. But now you have to have like resources from specific planets. So, yeah, that sucks. That's the one downside. I still have to play more of it, and I might play some more tonight, so. Okay. So, Alan,
Yes.
talk about Article 13 and Article 11 while I close my door, okay?
So the EU has collectively hung itself. They've also done something else, and it's related to Hungary. So Article 11 and Article 13, but Article 11 is kind of a minute thing. So Sargon of Akkad, Count Dankula, and a bunch of other things kind of happened where they went to the EU Board of Representatives, argued their case. They lost all, UKIP lost out on the vote, and not only did they lose out on the vote, every referendum that they and change that they suggested for Article 13 is got rejected, and then like completely denied, and then the vote got passed to the applauding of basically rich corporate management stuff, guys. And so like there's there's a clause in Article 13 that says if you take a panoramic picture of a building, you can be charged with copyright infringement because they own the building. And it's absurd, and it's just like, holy fuck.
So they don't want anyone to go to Europe anymore.
It's not even that.
Anyone.
It's not even just that. It's like legit, like you can't make memes, you can't make like references, you can't use a material that you've never created and stuff like that.
It's another thing is like, how are you going to control all content? Like all of it, even the content that's like, this has no name, has no number, no nothing, and it's just an image. I don't think there's a single computer program that can sift through all that shit properly. So it's like, how are you gonna even remotely look at everything that's coming in and out of the internet? You can't. So this is entirely a bullshit law. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, even the people who are in there are like, this can't be real.
And it is. That's the sad thing.
Like,
think about that for a second. Somebody had to write that.
Yep.
well, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just some law that they just hide under a rug and everyone forgets.
That would be terrible.
There's a whole lot of weird laws that have been hiding under rugs, and people go, "Oh yeah, that was a thing," and just forget about it again.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that everyone's missing the big point here and stuff like that. Is not only did they single-handedly decided to kill the internet as we know it, they decided that destroying any person who wants to even attempt to make money on the internet is a bad thing, because now basically you're going to have vlog channels, and basically they also have the link tax now. So it's like, great, like fucking fantastic. Good for those people, I guess. But like, still, man, it's like,
So we're creative. They're fastly. I guess what I was trying to say is their train is going faster and faster into a creative death hole.
pretty much.
Just nothing creative is going to come out of anything. It's just stale shit constantly. No one could do anything new. No one could do anything impressive or ingenious. Just nothing. You can't make an idea. You can't think. Just great.
Pretty much. Like, basically, what I'm going to sit here and say, I'm going to say this quite as plainly as I can, because I think it's true. But like, if you make a meme, you should be allowed to distribute that meme. Well,
It's just pointless jokes. That's all it is, and I'm surprised people are kind of butthurt about over those things.
people are always butthurt, so like, it just is insane, and it just doesn't make sense to me as a person who. Well, actually, no, let me rephrase that. It seems like to me like the EU decided that let's try and be authoritarian, and people sat there and fought it, and then they sat there and said, oh, well, I thought you wanted authoritarian, so this is what authoritarian people does. Like, it feels like that we're beginning to see reaping of what was sown.
Yep. And, well, that's the thing about the EU is it's never been a.
It was never set up to be a government body.
It was never set up to be a government body. It was meant to be like a collection of open trade lines and stuff like that. That was the original intention. However, that fell apart when they decided to try to move for a government body that was ruled by non-elected officials.
Pretty much.
And on top of that, they moved for an army, and that was the big thing that raised a flag with me. Is like, that is, you're not a government body, and you are not a nation. You don't need an army.
Technically, what you need is you need technically what you need is if you have an alliance with NATO, you're fine. You have access to an army. Because that's what NATO is. NATO is an axis of an army.
Well, NATO is just a chain of alliances.
Alliance, it's a massive alliance. Anyways, Alan, you also wanted to talk about Brexit.
Well, okay, so Theresa May is being weird because she's doing Brexit. She's declared like back when like Article 13 came out, I had seen a post online that said they've declared for a hard Brexit. I now looked it up again. Now they're declaring for a bad deal instead of a no deal. There's talk of like ousting fucking Theresa May. There's like all these things that are going on, and I'm just like, what's the fuck? What? Huh? What? And like, honestly, at this point, in my humble Canadian opinion from the colonies, that you probably should be listening to this colonial power. Hit fucking hard. Don't go back. Quit. You have like the Commonwealth is waiting to make trade deals with you. U.S. is prepared to make trade deals with you. Russia, like all these other countries are prepared to make trade deals with you because the EU's fucking contracts are dumb. It's the reason why buying stuff from like Great Britain is so expensive, is because not just because of the sterling pound, which is one of the reasons why, but because of all these trade regulations and stuff like that. So it makes everything like an inflated cost.
Yeah. I just think the EU is stupid. Let's be honest. Pretty stupid place.
Yep.
Okay, and then we got 2 more topics, and then I think I'm getting tired and I want to go to bed. So, because I pick it up at 6 in the morning.
It's fucking it's gonna be a quick podcast, I think, tonight.
Dude, it's gonna be a quick podcast for like the next 6 months.
Oh boy.
Josh, talk, and then Josh can play his stupid league game. Hey, Josh, talk about your game. You were
Stardew.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
I'm still progressing with that game with my buddy Leslie, and man, we're year 2 in Stardew right now,
Cool.
and we're making our farm so min-max. Like, we're not. I guess min-maxing would be the correct term, because I've been steadily going to the mines in the town. Like, you can go up to the mountain area, and there's a cave. And if you go in the cave, you can go down levels of the cave and mine out shit and get a whole bunch of resources. Well, Leslie, I'm playing a multiplayer, was maintaining the farm and fishing. And I have to say, playing the game in multiplayer is probably the best way to play that Stardew Valley. Is you don't have to worry about a bunch of shit. You don't have to worry about, like, it's because you have another partner to work with. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, man, like, thank goodness someone else is looking after the chickens, or someone's looking after the farm animals, and I can just maintain the fishing so I can complete the stupid community service. So it's just, constant trading back and forth of like, oh, get all the resources and keep completing objectives and get better and better shit constantly. And now we're so good to the point of like, I think this is probably what a legit farm is, even though I'm probably super wrong. And this is more of like your mind's eye thinking of farming. It's like cute and adorable, and you live in a small town.
Yep. Here's the thing, though, is I have a buddy, Stefan, who's just constantly like, Alan, come play Stardew with me. Alan, come play Stardew with me. Alan, come play Stardew with me. And I'm like, Stardew's value is not my game.
Please don't make me do this, Daddy.
I would say, like,
telling lies.
Yeah.
I'm making a bad reference, and I know you should hate me for it.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth.
Telling lies.
Oh God.
Fuck, man, those videos are weird. But
did you see how fucking meta it got in the long run?
Oh, I know. It got to the point of was that a
Telling
legit video?
lies, open mouth.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that was like, I was like, what the fuck just happened?
I was gonna say like, whoa, is that someone else's work or is that the original guy making that? Because I was like, that was impressive. That was
Yeah.
really, really impressive. But like, yeah, going back to Stardew and not talk about weird internet videos. I was gonna say if you're going to like, if you have a whim of just looking at it, I would say it's a pretty fun game. Like, there's nothing too weird or stupid about it. Like, even the game itself tells you like a bunch of hints through the TV of like, oh, there's, especially you should watch TV because it'll tell you ingredients or like gives you recipes of like, oh, here's, you can make pizza. And it's like, cool, we can make pizza now. You just need to find the ingredients to make pizza. And it'll give you stat boosts and give you a whole bunch of health and a whole bunch of stuff. And also, if you watch TV on certain days, or I think it's kind of random, but you also get like really good tips of how to play the game. Of like, oh, you should go out and pick out your foraging items when it's really raining hard because things just sprout out of fucking everywhere, and you just collect a bunch of shit. And it's like, oh yeah, that's totally right because everything comes out. And like the game just gives you like a plethora of tips and like some lore you can get from the museum and the library of like, oh, it turns out like if you just if you're wondering like what's the drop rate of a diamond, the game just tells you what's the drop rate of a diamond. And I'm like, oh, didn't think the game will just tell you that. That's pretty good. And what else? Oh, and yeah, like so far everything about the game is just like I've never been mad at the game. It's just more of like, oh, just your management you have to worry about, and that's it. Which is pretty decent. And also another pro tip is like if you're gonna play the game, you can play it single player, but I highly recommend multiplayer because less shit that you have to deal with, and then your teammate can just help you maintain the farm of wherever else, or just be like, oh, go get the special objective, and I can do this other shit, which is great because your time is very limited. I think a full day is like 30 minutes. I want to say it's like sped up time basically, and every 10-minute pass, like in the intervals of like 10 minutes on the clock, anyways. And yeah, it's like want to say a full day is 30 minutes, and then one good sitting, it's like a half a month. Like it is, and I think full months is 30 days or 31 days. So basically, if you like time your shit out properly and plant your seeds out whenever, it's a fun game. Like you can just mellow out and be like, oh, I got the apples from the tree. We can go donate it to the community center, and we can unlock the stupid. What was it we were gonna unlock? Oh, the unlock the bus. So we go to the desert. You get even better shit. constant upgrading.
Sounds actually fairly accurate to what that game is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's a lot like what happens with Minecraft at times, where you're just like, I gotta get more, I gotta get more, I gotta get more, I gotta get more, I gotta get more.
pretty much. Minecraft, or even what's another one I can think of? Minecraft, or yeah, any other kind of game that has that same mentality of like, oh, you just want to keep growing and getting better at it. And you start figuring out like, oh, I can make a sprinkler, but you don't want to make the first sprinkler. You want to make the quality sprinkler because that makes a square of 6. And apparently the square of 6 is like, or no, a square of 3 actually. And then you start realizing, oh, I should plant stuff in a row because that makes it even better. And then you start realizing, oh wait, this cauliflower I start growing in a batch of 3. Turns out you can make a mega plant, and the mega plant just gives you fuck ton of fruit and veggies. And you're like, oh, I should keep trying to do these like batches of 3. But it turns out the game not only looks for batches of 3, it also looks for overlapping parts. So that means you just want a giant strip of like a row of 3 side by side each other and just go all the way down as far as you can go. So the game is constantly searching for groups of 3, so you have better chances of getting a mega whatever, and then you just get fuck ton of fruits and veggies. And you're that's and at the same time the game kind of tells you this stuff, and it's pretty good. Like nothing bad about the game. It's great. And that's my review. 10 out of 10.
I can believe that. I've heard a lot of good things about Stardew Valley. I know for a fact that it's not my kind of game.
It's definitely like slice of life and what was
resource management.
Resource management and what's that other farming video game from the Super Nintendo? It was Harvest Moon? Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Like it's very, very similar. Just I think that this one's a little more like you can do whatever the hell you want, practically.
Yeah.
You can even move your when you start building buildings, you can actually remove them afterwards, so you don't have to constantly worry about going back to the building you put in the wrong spot somewhere. You can be like, oh, you can just move it. That's fine. I'm like, that's cool. Actually, there's one gripe about Stardew I don't like about is there are some bugs that are still prevalent in the game. Like one of them is you go to a festival and the festival is like carnival and it's like, oh, go play these carny games. Cool. I try to play the carny games. The game freaked the fuck out. I can't do shit. Like I get into the carny game plays, and I can't do anything. I hit every button. I try to hit escape. Nothing happens. I have to wait until the timer goes down, and the game just steals my money. And I'm like, great, thanks. So fucking stupid. Hoping they fix that. Other than that, game's great.
Okay. And the last topic is Battlefield 5 is bad. So bad.
Battlefield.
So bad. Much badness. Apparently, it's like as bad as Battlefront was, but Battlefield 5 is just.
Oh boy, with the new shiny coat of paint.
Pretty much. It's just like, wow. And it's like, you knew they were hiding something, and it was like, man, like, I don't understand why they're doing this. But yeah, they're making something like that is just monetization engine. Like, and I wouldn't have as much of a problem with it if they didn't charge $60.
I'm sure the practices will bite them in the ass eventually.
Oh yeah, like they already have. Like
they so badly want. Actually, if anything, they should just make a goddamn MOBA clone, but they probably can't because it's already taken up by both 2 of the bigger MOBAs. There could probably be room for a third one, but that's pushing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if rules of threes apply to anything, you could probably have a third MOBA. You'd be okay. But if you're gonna have a third MOBA, you got to make sure it's fucking good, like really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they have the talent or manpower to pull that off.
Yeah, I don't think either. I think that their big problem is like their executive team is like money, and they don't care about anyone else.
They kind of view video games as cars, and it's like, well, you can't do that because it's way, way different than a fucking car.
Come here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like a lot of them are. Anyways, that podcast.
That's
I
a
think so.
podcast.
Oh yeah, guys. Thank you.
Let me play you out.
Just stop. Have a good night, everyone. You can catch us every Thursday.
Yeah.
Every Thursday on Podbean. We know the drill at this point. We're just tired. We're going to bed.
Yeah. Good night.
Thank
guys.
you again for joining us.
All right, I'll play everyone out. Oh, the Satan's worshiping podcast. That one. Ah, shit. You're right.
Whenever like I can identify pops on the thing. Like last week was hard. Last week wasn't necessarily hard. But I'm recording now. Alan's being intelligent because Alan just got home. You've just been bumming around.
I ate supper. I sat down,
Destiny.
relaxed. Kind of want to play some games, but yeah.
Kind of want to play some Destiny.
What?
Kind of want to play some Destiny. That's one mirroring. You want to play Destiny?
No.
It's so gross.
Everyone wants to play Destiny, Josh. The only person who doesn't want to play Destiny is Noah. Oh my god, it just sets what the fuck? Oh my god. I should just make it so that when it spawns something, it adds +1.
Frick. Oh, the meme shit that happened.
I don't even know what I want to talk about this week.
Let's talk about dicks. We could talk about dicks. We could talk about...
I know what I can talk about. It's a bit of a politics thing, but hey.
Let me guess.
Considering two things happened this week in Europe. Memes are now illegal in Europe, and Theresa May turned around after that announcement. After like the announcement of Article 13 going through, Theresa May turned around, looked at her parliament, and said, "Nope, no deal. We're fucking out." And I was like, everybody snapped, looked at her, went, "Wait, what?" She's I
just found my rap I wrote a while back. I wrote a rap. I just wrote something very simple, like, here's the thing, what are we missing? A thing that cannot be forgotten, or something that is rotten. With nothing more than a question, there's something about this aggression. Is the reason why? Like, am I a bad guy? For asking this reason, for this treason. I'm not talking about Agent or his failures galore. Why we are fighting, and is this divider worth sustaining? Are we done with lining the pockets of those in this caucus? Let's be honest, Nazis are vomit. Like Spencer has nothing but blue balls and sucking. And journalists are more like activists, serving as commies and personal zombies. Why did it take a woman to sleep around with a man? Why can't you be honest? Instead you act like vomit and proclaim us misogynist. I guess tradition insists. When we said that we weren't a shield, you left us in a field. You caused this by creating a private army funded by the U.S. economy and created in your image that raided our village, turning us away from those stupid ways. And for us who stayed, you betrayed. By creating a candidate that was a candidate. Talking about handing election, that was your direction. She couldn't handle the loss
like
of the election
baseline
she had taught.
of some sort.
That Russia
So
was the
maybe
cause,
like
and it totally was.
No?
Nothing left to say, but anyways. Y'all look stupid.
This is a terrible rap.
I know it is. I wrote it like in a night.
Are you sure? Like, it just be like
Pretty much.
really. Hold on, I gotta figure out the right tone here.
No.
At this shitty
Stop, Josh.
80s keyboard.
Alan's just gonna
I know.
veto it and be
No,
like,
it's not right.
"Hey,
It has to
I
be
know
a
what you're trying to
base.
do, Josh. Just stop.
Josh, we appreciate you doing that. Don't do it."
Well, if no one wants to do it, then I see no problem.
I think that if I gave this to Noah could
Just
make it
line it
sound
up.
good. But
Make sure
I don't
we're all
think
not-
that I'm capable enough in order to make it sound good right now.
That's fair.
I'll send it to him and be like, "Hey,
Well,
fix this,"
exactly.
and he'll probably be like, "What
If anything,
the fuck is
if
this?"
he wants payment, I mean, we could give him payment in friendship.
He'll probably be like, "This has a lot of stuff in it," and then fix it, and then he'll probably be like, "Here, I fixed it," because he's actually like a professional songwriter, and I'm not. Yeah, he can take it
That might
for all I
work.
give a shit. Let me be honest. If he actually was like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna record your rap," I'm gonna be like, "Oh, okay."
That sounds like a bad life choice, dude.
Why would you do that? I mean, it's a lot better than mumble raps. What is on my fucking topic list? Article 13, 11, and 13. Get ready for censorship. Battlefield 5. Oh no! How could you
It's
have guessed
mediocre
this is
as all
happening?
fuck.
And we have actual fucking Titans. Oh, and what else? Something else happened this week. You know what? I'm gonna talk about Destiny Forsaken. Because Alan is talking about the fucking Article 13.
Oh, it's weird. So I just looked at the Brexit thing, and it's like two different things that's going on right now. It's like, what the fuck? Make up your mind.
Everything's fucked because everything is fucked. What the fuck? I'm gonna make a thing called enemy detector. Create empty.
From those like 7 packs of cigarettes you had.
So Josh, how was 3DS Max today and hating yourself? And Alan, you sound like you have a smoker's cough.
I'm sick, or was sick. I'm just still recovering. No, I'm just having a really bad cold. Let's just get this podcast on the go. I don't even really think we're going to talk much this week.
Are we? I think it's gonna be a fun week.
Because I've got
Full-
Brexit and Article 13 to talk about, considering that Theresa May is kind of fucking it up again.
I mean,
But at the same time,
I haven't played it yet, but
honestly, all she needs to do is just go, fuck this shit, I'm out.
I'm surprised you don't want to talk about Spider-Man.
It's a good game.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm watching Jacksepticeye play it, like, right now. Like,
Is that
legit.
how you consume games now?
PS4 games, yes.
Okay. That's how you consume.
That is a fair... I like how you're like, okay, because considering I don't actually own a PS4,
Sure.
so, like...
I do, and I just rarely play it. So, like, I still got to play through a lot of God of War. I might play through it a little bit this weekend because I'm, like, fucking tired and I don't want to sit at my computer as much.
Ow.
This is how console peasants are born.
ugh.
Okay. Let's sync, boys, in 3, 2, 1.
Sync.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, I kind of cut out there.
Everyone sucked. Everyone was off their game.
Sinking in 3, 2, 1.